So it's time to call the meeting to order. We normally start our meeting with a prayer. So Representative Barr, if you'll push your mic for us.
Yes, ma'am. Be glad to. Let's bow our hearts. Lord, thank you for putting us on this earth with such beauty and awesome. God, thank you for our state, from the mountains to the coast. God, we ask that we'd be responsible with that and make good decisions. Give us wisdom today. In your name, amen.
Thank you. And we have some members, I think, online with the Zoom participation. And at this point in time, the chair will recognize a report from the Resource Management Subcommittee.
Yes, ma'am. The report is that we met earlier and we reviewed House Bill 647. The study committee heard from the author, interested parties, and concerned citizens, and we offer a do pass by committee substitute LC 44-1700S.
Thank you. At this point in time, we'll have a presentation of the bill by Representative Vance Smith.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, members of the committee. I bring to you substitute House Bill 647. I'm going to say close to an identical bill of the bill we passed last year, 929, deals with monitoring coal ash ponds. Most of you are here, we're probably in the subcommittee, but if not, if you'll look through the bill in the definition section, it talks about CCR, coal combustion. I'm gonna get to it myself here in just a second. Coal combustion residuals, which comes from the generation of electricity in plants across Georgia. It gives that definition, and it has CCR, surface impoundment, which is a natural impoundment area or man-made impoundment area or dike where these residuals are stored. So, and if you go from that page, the rest of those are definitions. If you go to page 11, you will see on page 11, line 264, you'll see the number of years that the EPD will monitor these ponds, and that number there is 50. That is the only change from the bill we passed last year. The bill last year contained the years 30 years, and this bill contains 50 years. If you go down to line 274, it talks about executive summary. That executive summary has the definitions, A through F. It talks about what they have to report, description of the facility, a map of where it's located, how they monitor the groundwater, sending in samples. I'll have the data on the samples and any corrective action that had to be taken. But I think that's A through E. On the next page is very important, number 3 at the top of the next page, page 12. In this reporting and this executive summary, it has to be written in a manner that can be reasonably understood. I'm not being an expert or any type of having environmental expertise. We'd certainly like for lay people to be able to read these reports and understand what the data says. So I think that's very important. During the closure of a coal pond, ash pond, during that time, at least each year, there will be testing done. So therefore, there can be more. EPD can require more tests. And once that is closed, at least once every 5 years. So they can have to do it at least one time, but they have a flexibility, and they have the experts at EPD. They have the background to do all this, receive all these tests that the power company does, and they can put that into action and make sure it meets their standards. So with that, Madam Chairman, we had a lot of good questions in committee. We had a lot of good testimony in committee. And thankfully, I appreciate the passage of the bill, and I would ask the same from the full committee. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. So we're in the posture now for our committee to ask questions. If you have any questions, push your button, and together, David and I will try and figure out how to make it work. So number 4, state your name.
I'm very honored to have support this bill, but I wanted to ask the author a question from some of the testimony we heard in subcommittee. Is it not true that we do not in any way claim to be experts in this field?
I will tell you, I am not an expert in this field. That's the reason we leave it up to the department of the EPD department, and they do have the experts in this field, and they've worked very closely. I think everyone on the committee would admit EPD has worked very closely with us. I know over the last 3 years I've been here and had the opportunity to serve on the committee, and we do appreciate that expertise. And we try to offer some guidance of what we feel for our citizens in our community, but they have the standards, they have the rules and regs, and we certainly appreciate everything they do to keep the citizens safe.
One follow-up question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I don't see any other questions out there, so go ahead.
Is it further not true? I think there may be some confusion. If EPD and their experts and scientists deem it necessary for a landfill to be lined, that's what they would require.
I think if you look at the chart of the landfills in the state of Georgia that they monitor and they take care of, some of those are required to be in a lined landfill, and then there's some that are not. So they know the geology, they know the standards, and as I said, they have the rules and regs, and they make that determination. And I do appreciate them making that call.
Thank you. Any questions? So push your button for me. All right, proper time.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I make a motion to pass.
Is there a second? Is there any further discussion? Then the chair will call for a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, nay. Thank you. We have a passage of this bill to the bill's author. You need to go by our rules chairman's office and do all the wonderful paperwork. Thank you, committee. Appreciate your help. Thank you. We're adjourned.